We are on the air, and we are here in the Corona kitchen.
Hello.
Talking refrigerators. I need a new refrigerator.
I just realized that our open still has wear a blanking mask.
I know. I like that, so I'm leaving it.
We'll just leave it. We'll just leave it.
Yeah, well, we can update at some point.
Or as someone said to me yesterday, where was I? I was at a store and they said, this guy came up to me and clearly not from our state and got in my face. I was wearing a mask and said, you don't need to wear one of those anymore. And he was like angry. And I go, well, I am choosing to continue. Thank you very much for your opinion.
Well, yesterday I saw a cashier was shot.
What?
Over the mask thing, because she asked someone to wear a mask. So just be careful is my only point.
Wow.
Here's what I would say. Look, I haven't had a cold in a year and a half. I like my mask.
I might just wear it forever. Covers the wrinkles.
It's part of my new shopping costume. Leave me alone.
Oh, hi, Hollie.
Hi. How are you? Well, I things are pretty intense, it sounds like, for you. It's intense here too, because today was the day that our mask mandate was lifted in California. So, but everywhere.
Is it hot?
It's hotter than Hades right now. It's supposed to be 100 tomorrow. So just before I saw you guys, I was covered in dirt. I was in the garden covering up some tomatoes and some other things and getting them and trying to get some. So, but I did wash my hands. Don't worry.
It was 91 today, and then a storm came in that didn't actually hit here. It just blew up dust, but it dropped the temperature by 20 degrees.
Wow. It's so lovely right now. So happy. Yeah, it's been really hot.
We're very grateful. Yes, that's what I say. Mind your own damn business.
Yeah, one of our viewers saying, I totally agree.
Well, I'm enjoying our lovely air conditioning inside, which we put in a few years ago when we redid the house. But for the first,
that's so nice.
Oh, you're so lucky. I don't have any.
Well,
I got a fan.
Well, some of you saw my Instagram post a couple of days ago. My daughter and I went to go visit a lavender farm north of here in Vacaville. This lovely place called Soul Food Farms, and they have olive oils and lavender and fresh cut flowers. It's just heaven on earth. So
how fun.
Bill and I went a little crazy, and you could it was pick your own lavender, and we picked 19 of these.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just dreaming.
Oh, your house must smell so good.
You can never have enough. Well, they have like 7 different varieties, and it's just so fun. So they give you a twist tie, and you can fill it as much as you can. So I was like cramming it in there and like twisting to the very end as much as I could. And we brought our own bags. We totally look like we're lavender junkies, but it was really fun. And it's a wonderful place. And so the jam that I'm going to be using on tonight's dish is also made from them. So
how lovely.
Strawberry and lavender. And it's deep dish, so organic, local. So
fabulous.
So that was it. That was the inspiration. We're covered in lavender around here. If I turn the camera around, you'll see bouquets of lavender all around the house.
Oh, it must smell so nice.
Love it. It's so relaxing. It really does relax you.
I would have used it today.
The whole car ride home, Bella was like, gosh, it smells so good in here. I was like, I know. But I put some in the store, and I'm drying some too for later. But anyway.
How's the store coming along?
It's coming. It's coming. I did some tiling today or last night until 9 o'clock. So that's done. And luckily, most of the interior is finished. I'm just waiting on all of the bureaucratic agencies. So because of COVID, like the health department, I guess a lot of people were moved to vaccinations and helping with vaccinations. And so no one was in their office for weeks. So they're all behind. Everybody's behind. So I'm doing everything I can to get everything in on time and exactly the way they want it so that it helps them. But it's a lot. So
yeah. Well, it sounds like you can fill your time with getting it all ready while you're waiting.
I only have to make a bunch of products. And
Yeah.
so today I went on a field trip to the flower mart because we're going to have a flower stand outside of the store.
Oh, nice.
Cute. I know my friend Julia, who's a wonderful artist, she's going to help me with the flower stand. And so it's funny because neither one of us are florists, but that isn't going to stop us, from selling flowers.
Hey, didn't stop us.
No corona.
Right? Well, you hate them. I grow them. Between the two of us, we can figure this out. But anyway, so we went to the San Francisco Flower Mart, and I got my official badge. So I am now.
Oh, how fun!
And it was.
I love it. I love that you're going to have a flower corner.
3 huge warehouses of fresh cut flowers and plants, and we found a few vendors that are Northern California grown, organic. Their stuff is gorgeous, but you're sort of just whatever they bring in is what they bring in. So every week we'll have different things from local growers. And then we went to a rooftop farm in Berkeley where they've taken it's actually Cal Berkeley's housing, and they did square roofs, and the whole thing is a garden. And
only in Berkeley. That's so cool.
And it's all fresh cut flowers, so we're going to purchase from them also.
That's so great.
Yeah, so it's sort of a wow. Anyway, super fun. If you ever get the flower mart in San Francisco is open to the public certain hours, but you have to pay the retail pricing. But call me and I'll get you the wholesale deal.
We now have an Corona kitchen.
You got connections. Anyway.
Yeah. We get some connections.
Yes, really. Road trip to Hollie's homegrown retail store. Woo!
So it was so fun just to, if you're feeling between going to the Lavender farm and then the flower mart, I'm feeling like, all bureaucracies, make me, I feel so much better now. I'm just like, flowers make everybody happy. Anyway, they make me happy.
So now you're going to make some crumb bars.
I eat some. So these
Yum.
They're not really a cookie and they're not really a bar. They're sort of something in between. So it's sort of a harder flour almond base, and it has an egg. There is one egg you put in. So it does have sort of a kind of a shortbread cookie kind
of it sounds shortbready
texture. And then you take that same, it's crumbly, but you press it down, and then the rest you put on top. Almost that's the crumble part with the sliced almonds. And in between is a layer of jam or jelly, whatever. We're going to do the strawberry lavender jam today, but you can use. There was also a jam vendor, and I have a box over here. I bought 7 different jams from this guy. 7. He said, buy 6, get 1 free. And I was like, well, I'll take the deal. So
7 jams for 7 brothers.
Yeah.
So, I've got apricot, green, berry, and then the guy was so cool, and you could tell he loved what he did, and he was very into it. We had a great conversation. So I just love buying from people like that because they just love their craft and get into it.
Well, I'm excited. This sounds like my like a Linzer cookie that I make.
It is similar to that.
Very Linzer-like.
Yeah, it's a little more, a little easier, for novice accidental bakers like myself.
Because you're not cutting anything out. You're not cutting out any shapes or anything like that.
No. We're just gonna smush it all.
No.
She's using a round pan. That's what he has.
A pan because I can't find mine. So my fancy French ceramic pie pan. Just because I think
it's really pretty.
And then instead of doing squares, we'll cut them in little slices.
Triangles.
And then little triangles. And I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of my lavender honey on top.
Oh,
yum! I want to eat this. This isn't fair. This is not fair.
Okay.
Scratch and sniff.
So here, I'll just kind of toss it.
I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now.
Okay, so we're going to preheat our oven, which I'm not going to do because the fan goes on and then you can't hear me talk. So pretend preheat your oven. And in a separate bowl, I put the flour. We do a little bit of cinnamon in this. Now, you don't have to add cinnamon if you don't want. I think cinnamon and strawberry actually are a nice combo. But depending on the type of jam you use, like if you used an apricot or peach, cinnamon would also be really good. But maybe a blueberry, you may not want to use cinnamon. You may want to use like cardamom or something that pairs a little better with it, or omit it entirely. It's up to you.
So how much flour's in there?
So I'm going to tell you, I wrote this down.
Good.
So it's 1 1/2 cups flour, all-purpose flour. You can do wheat too if you prefer. There is a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, pinch of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. So I just I put those all in this bowl, and I just whisked it together like so. Okay.
How many bars does this make, Holly?
Well, if you did it in the proper square pan, it probably will make about 12 to 15, you know. I don't know how, I think this is a 9-inch round. So depending on how big you want your slices to be, it's up to you. But, you know, this will feed, if you're having, you know, for a family or friends, you know, this will feed 5 to 10 people easily. Okay. And you'll go, I'm going to have to hide these from the kids. And
okay, so someone is asking about fresh cinnamon.
You can do fresh ground cinnamon where you actually take the stick and you put it on a grate, and it has a little stronger flavor because it hasn't been ground. As soon as you grind something, the flavors get released, so it doesn't have as long of a shelf life. So if you had dried cinnamon sticks and you had one of those grinders that you can get that are make it nice and fine, because you don't want to get a big old sliver.
Yeah, because it can get like slivery.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
But
cinnamon, as long as you're buying it and you're staying within the expiration date, you should be good. It's a strong spice, so usually just check your expiration date. That's the most important thing with spices, because they will lose a lot of flavor over time. Okay, so we've got that mixture there. Now we're going to use our stand mixer.
Oh, Lisa, avert your eyes.
I looked at that thing and I have PTSD because I have the same white one. Don't hit your head.
Don't hit your head on it. Okay.
Don't hit your head with that. Inside joke for anybody who was with us last year on Crumb the Kitchen.
Lisa tried to juggle one of these and lost. So we're going to use coconut oil instead of butter.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Because why not?
You have a fan out here. Hollie's salts and vinegars are amazing.
Aw, thanks, guys. All right. So we're going to do a 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and it's important, just like butter, this needs to be at room temp, so it's nice and soft. Because we're going to whip this with the sugar. Okay. So there's your, and then we're going to do.
How much did you say of that you have?
1/2 cup of room temp coconut oil, and then we're going to take a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar.
So if you wanted to use butter, you could. You're just choosing to use coconut oil.
Yeah, I think for this, the flavor is going to be a little better. Again, this kind of makes me feel like summer more, you know? A little, because the thing with coconut oil is you can definitely taste it. You know, you don't get that flavor. Okay, so this has got to go on high and cream. Just like you would.
Okay, I see that. It's probably Peggy. Holly doesn't seem to store her mixer on the top shelf. And
just say it.
Okay, listen. After the incident, I put it on the lowest shelf. Okay, it's never happening again. It happens. It happens. Kitchen Accidents, the new show on Fox.
Coming soon. So this needs to cream, so it's about 2 to 3 minutes. So we're just gonna let this. I'm just noticing here that some oil. Sometimes if it gets too much of the butter or the oil gets back, I'm gonna just give it a quick scrape so it gets to the middle. Sometimes if you don't have a ton and this isn't a whole lot in one of these mixers, and so sometimes it gets caught on the sides.
So which paddle do you have in there?
I have the whisker, the mixer one.
Okay. I have a paddle for mine that has a scraper on the side of it.
That's a cool one.
And I love that.
Okay.
I want to get one of those. I could get it probably on Amazon.
You can get it online.
Yeah, I think you should do like a kitchen gadget show. Like
I know. I could do an hour on my kitchen gadgets.
That's what.
we all bring our favorite gadgets and we have like a gadget party, like an old-fashioned Tupperware party. We just show our little gadgets.
Hollie, do
All
you
right,
remember
was the brown sugar packed?
All the good gadgets. What?
Someone wants to know if your brown sugar was packed.
It was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Hollie, remember when I did the show Shopping with Chefs?
Yes, I do.
All we did was review kitchen gadgets. I was in total heaven.
Oh, so
Total
fun.
heaven.
I love gadgets.
I know. We should do a kitchen gadget show. That's fun. Just like share your favorite things or, you know, whatever.
Panina's kitchen gadgets, you got to go to her house.
Oh my God, Panina's house.
I've gotten every kitchen gadget she has.
Never seen do it. Okay, we're gonna let this go for you.
Incredible collection of kitchen.
Okay, so I have a question. When I use butter and I'm doing that, I wait till the butter. Sometimes it says wait till the butter is fluffy or it gets pale. How do you know when you're done when you're using coconut oil instead?
It does have a little bit of fluff, and it just starts to all stick together because you can see the. Let me show you what it is. So you can see they really are starting to combine.
Okay.
And well, you can't really see, but you kind of see on my spatula. They're really starting to combine together. So it is
Okay.
it up a little bit.
Okay.
I think we're good. Okay, so next we're going to put this on low.
I think I'm going to try this, but I'm going to try it with butter.
And
You have a visitor.
was that Rizzo?
Yeah.
Oh,
My little fluff balls that pass.
how's Biscuit doing? Biscuit had to have surgery.
Oh no.
She was a little frustrated with the fact that none of us are home post COVID, and she ate 2 socks and 4 hair bands. So she had to have them removed from her stomach.
Okay.
Poor baby. All right, she's recovering. She's gonna be just fine. Okay, we're gonna add 1 egg.
Okay. Did she have to wear a cone?
No, so they have this new thing now, the doggy leotard, I call it. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it looks like. Oh, let me wash my hands.
My cat one time had to wear a cone. I had a cat named Peanut, and she thought it was a hat. And she walked around the house like the Queen of England. She loved it.
Like one of those Shakespearean collars.
Yeah. We just painted like a collar on it.
That's so cute.
So
It was
you
really
remember
funny.
this vanilla, Debrianna? This is what we
Yes,
went to Mexico.
I do.
Okay, so this is
Kelly, if you're watching, there's the vanilla.
so the best vanilla in the world actually comes from Mexico because that's where vanilla comes from. If I can open it, it'll be in good shape.
Yeah, we got it we went to the Mexican store, which was so fun. We got just wonderful chilies and Holly picked up that vanilla. It's just fabulous.
So we're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I will measure it.
And she'll have that bottle of vanilla for the next 3 years.
10 years worth of vanilla.
We'll be using this vanilla. Okay. But we have used some. Okay. So that's vanilla. It smells so good.
I've gone through so many bottles of vanilla since we did the cookbook shoot. So many.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We bake a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to let this mix low, okay? So it's
okay.
Well incorporated. We're going to give it one more scrape here just to make sure. See, now it's got a nice lighter color. Debrianna, and it's starting to look a little like that fluffier, like the butter one.
The butter fluff.
See how lighter it got?
Okay.
All right, so while it's on low, and now that all this is incorporated, we're going to take our flour mixture that we did before and slowly tap this in and let this incorporate. And this is it's supposed to be pretty dry, so that because this is going to be the base that we're going to press down, and then it's also going to be the crumble on the top. So we're going to let that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just let this guy keep mixing. Actually, let's.
So you're just basically letting that come together.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick scrape.
So the only Liquid parts are egg and coconut oil, nothing else.
And the vanilla. Yeah.
The magic vanilla.
Well, that's
And
not a lot.
that vanilla. So here comes Biscuit. Biscuit, you in your leotard. Can you show everybody?
Oh, Biscuit.
Where are you?
Poor Biscuit. Aw. That's a rough thing when they swallow a sock. I would know because my dog did also. It was really scary.
It is. Okay. All right. So that's that. So we're gonna let this get off the thing for a minute.
Yes, that was scary when
it happened to Monty. It was terrible. It was terrible. I stayed with them in the animal hospital at night.
Okay, we're gonna take this and just get this off the. So it's pretty pretty crumbly. It's not too crumbly, and it's still kind of got a wet texture to it. So very similar to shortbread. Okay.
It's very reminding me of shortbread.
Yes. Everybody look so they can see.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
are you gonna do it in half?
We are. So we're gonna take almonds, and we're gonna do sliced almonds.
Okay.
So I bought them already sliced, and it is 3/4 cup. And we're not gonna put those in the mixture because we're just gonna slowly incorporate those.
Okay.
So they don't break up. I mean, if you wanted, you could also use almond flour with this. That would be good. And you can do this gluten-free substitution with gluten-free flour.
I like the gluten-free flour from a company called Flour Farm.
Yeah.
It's organic, and their mixture is good for baking because there's different mixtures of gluten-free flours. Some of them have like chickpea or garbanzo bean flour and that kind of thing. And I prefer to use one that has, tapioca and things that are more amenable to baking.
Yeah, I find that, hold on, I gotta get a cardboard. I find the tapioca one, this rich one, has a nice consistency to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna dump this out on a cutting board just so we can see what we've got here.
Okay. Would you move that almond bag? Thank you.
Can you guys see?
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see what we've got.
Peggy's roasting me again.
She is. Somebody is.
There's so much video of me eating cookie dough on the show, okay? And like the proof is there. Like I'll go back and watch something and I just ate like 10 teaspoons of it.
Okay. So we're gonna cut this in half, right? Just do a quick cut in half. A rough cut, doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're gonna take this, and this is, I already greased my pie pan here. Again, you could do an 8-ounce square, but whatever you want. And then now,
what did you grease it with? The coconut?
I did the coconut oil. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So you're smashing it down.
And we're gonna do a nice thin layer because we want these, we don't want a big, thick layer. And sometimes you can use this thing.
Oh.
Find the bottom of this. Help. I feel like at the clock. Like,
that looks beautiful.
It's gonna be good. And the sliced
almonds
almond
is so tasty. I love Linzer-esque jammy bar things. They're so good.
And this
there's a cookie I think it's shaped like a windmill. Have you ever seen those? And it has those sliced almonds in it. I love those cookies.
Debriana, you don't know this, but Hollie and I grew up in a small Danish enclave called Solvang.
It's a Danish hamlet. What it's called.
The Danish hamlet, no passport required, in Central California, north of Santa Barbara. We made fun of it our entire life because it like these Danish settlers and they had windmills everywhere, an amazing bakery. But now, growing up, I realized how much I didn't appreciate it at the time. But we had various nicknames for it, which I will not say on the air. But anyway, we saw those kind of incredible cookies all the time. They're incredible, like Danish pastries. They were magnificent.
Okay, So there is our first layer. So we've layered the
Nice.
Gorgeous.
and it's a nice layer. Okay, so next we're going to take our fabulous Soul Food Farms strawberry jam, and this is just strawberries, lavender. What did they add in here? Pectin, lemon juice. That's it.
Nice.
So you
So
can use your own jam if you wanted to.
use your own jam. I will have some of my own soon from our pluot tree here. I'll make some out of that. So just spread and make sure you let the jam get sort of to room temp too. Just helps it spread more so you don't have clumps.
Especially if your room temperature is 90.
Right. And so
everything is melted in my kitchen right now.
oh,
That you know what? Yesterday when I was making the Jell-O mold, when I did the sweetened condensed milk layer, I was afraid it was going to start to gel, but because it was so frigging hot, it didn't. It was perfect. I'm like, the only time you're happy that it's hot in the kitchen.
Yes, so nice, and it's gorgeous.
Oh my God, it turned out perfectly. I can't wait to share it with. I'm going to share it with everybody tomorrow, and it tastes
gorgeous.
But I'm going to be making Jell-O. I'm going to make more Jell-O this summer.
Awesome.
we got to eat some of the vegan gelatin now. So
I'm going to try that. I'm going to experiment with that. I'm definitely going to try it.
So we just did our layer of
Okay.
your jam. Now we're going
That's your jam, Holly. That's your jam.
Okay, so now we're going to turn this into a crumble. Okay, and if you don't know what a crumble is, like iced tea, the hint is in the name. So you just take
She's a clever girl.
Just take it and crumble.
You just crumble.
And
Just
sprinkle.
crumble it.
Crumble.
Make some crumbles.
And sprinkle.
So you just used enough jam to do a thin layer, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It depends. I don't want a ton. This is not a sweet jam. As you can see, they didn't add sugar. I really do not like it when they add sugar to jams. I like my jams a little tart.
Be the fruit.
That tastes like the fruit and not like a big spoonful of sugar. But we are, for kicks, going to add a drizzle of honey on top of this.
Oh my God, that's going to be so yummy.
It'll be delish.
And make sure you get all the almonds in there too. So we're just going to keep sprinkling till we're done with the dough.
So tell me again, what temperature is the oven going to be?
50 for about 20 minutes. We're going to, again, it depends on your altitude. It depends on the heat of your house and your kitchen right now. But I'll check them at 20 and then they could go even up to 30. It just depends. Because this is a little larger pan, the bottom's going to be a little thinner, so it may cook a little faster. And I want them crunchy. Like I don't like them soft. I like them, like a crunchy, so they have a bit of a snap to them.
All right. So tell me the color of the dough is it looks brown from here, and that's because of the cinnamon
and the brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the brown sugar, and it's a light brown sugar, but it's brown sugar.
But it definitely added a color to it. It's pretty.
Yeah, and the cinnamon too, and the vanilla. I mean, we only added brown colors, and we're gonna do some brown and red food, but it's gonna probably bake a little darker too. But there you go.
Awesome.
Nice. And then you put the honey on before or after?
I'm gonna do it after.
Honey after.
When it's a little warm, and so it kind of drizzles through, and let it set and cool, and then we're going to probably devour this.
And then dig in. Dig in, people.
I want to eat that.
And also, I also thought about, because I bought the 7 jams, 6 buy one get one free. I was thinking you could, if you want, do half one flavor, half another flavor. You could also kind of just do dollops, different kinds of jams in there, so you're getting different flavors if you want. So, experiment. See what are your favorite flavors and what do you like? This basic crumb bar, cookie recipe can go with anything. And like I said, just be mindful of the cinnamon. Make sure your cinnamon goes with your fruit. And if you don't know what spices go, just Google it. The magic of Google.
You know what I was thinking? You know how I make those Wonder waffles with the oats, and I grind up the oats to make oat flour. I wonder if you could do that with this too, and you could make it kind of healthy.
Yeah. I mean, you can also you don't have to use sugar. You could use honey,
maple syrup.
Yeah, and you could use rolled oats instead of almonds. You could use any nut you wanted. You know, you could use pecans would be delicious on this. You know, I was looking at macadamia nuts would be really good on this.
Yeah.
They're more expensive, so you could do half and half, you know, if you don't want to, if you can't splurge on the whole thing because macadamia nuts are pricey. But
yeah, you could do the bottom that's just the cookie dough, and then the top has the nuts in it.
All the nuts. So,
Yeah.
you know, and this is another one of those things, like lots of things that I make. There's a basic formula to it, and then you can add and subtract things you like, and just, you know, and that way it's different every time. It's kind of fun. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Thank you. Here, I'm going to put on here our crawler for the hot call summer. Please call your members of Congress daily and tell them to pass For the People Act.
Yes.
That's your homework.
We give you homework on Corona Kitchen.
Snacks. I made snacks. So when you're doing your homework.
Yeah, we have snacks and homework.
When you're on hold or leaving a message.
Oh, don't talk with your mouth full. Right. Okay.
Yes, and while you're on the phone waiting, you can sign up and join our Instagram account.
Yeah, their Instagram account, the Corona Couch.
Yeah, and then any of these organizations are great to join if you are so inclined. We need people to start getting ready for the election in 2022. So pick somebody, join it, join us.
Okay.
We're so happy you guys joined our show.
Thank you for watching, everybody, and thank you, Hollie. Hollie's Homegrown. Check it out. Hollie's Homegrown.
Check out Hollie's. Woohoo! Thank you.
Can't wait to eat this.
See you guys Friday.
Yeah. We're making the